All right. Hey, everybody. Uh, I have a wonderful treat today. I invited a new YouTuber with the channel True Crime and Coke. Very, very excited to have a conversation. And here we go.
Hi.
Hi. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Doing good. Um,
Well, first, I want to say because my dogs are like going back and forth, so I'm gonna look like I'm like on drugs or something because I'm having to watch them at the same time. So that just like I tell people on my podcast, they're snoring on video. It's the same way. So
yeah, but the snoring, it's a good boy. So everyone likes dogs. Well, everyone should like dogs at least.
Emails.
Yeah, I have a bird right back here, and there are times where he just will not stop. And sometimes I think you'll see him, he'll just bounce up and down and squat because he likes to see himself on camera.
Well, he might. I'm kind of outside, so it'll probably hear the birds that are here, so it might talk back to them.
That is always nice. Well, better turn my ringtone off. So, you do a true crime podcast, True Crime and Coke. What makes you decide to cover certain cases?
I like the cases that are not just easy, like passion kills. You know, like Chris Watts killed his wife and kids because he wanted another girl. I mean, it's that simple. There's not much to that.
Right.
You know, it's awful, yeah. But I like the ones that are not common like that. Like that, there's the serial killers, the ones that like stalk. Just very unusual, like just not the passion killings.
Right.
It's something that there's a lot more psychological behind it. Those are the ones that interest me. The other ones are just kind of boring.
Right. It definitely seems like some channels, they go for the sensational, the wife and the kids and the usual. Or I love the Kitty Cabin murders. I mean, I love the case, but everyone's done it. Everyone's done it a million times. It's like the Ed Kemper.
I love
it. Such a cool case. So fascinating.
And you can never get tired of hearing about it, even if it's the same details.
Right.
You just can't stop hearing about it. I love Edmund Kemper's one of those, and just yeah.
And he's done so many good interviews, and he's just. Ooh.
And he reads audio, or he reads books for the blind.
He's
got the voice for it.
He's almost such a good guy, and he has such a tragic backstory, with his family, but yeah. I noticed you also have an IMDb page where you are doing some acting.
Yes. So that was kind of like started spur of the moment during COVID. I always wanted to be an actress when I was young, and I had kids at a young age. So, that just pretty much gives up. You have to give up everything,
Right.
And so I saw this random thing online. It's on one of like the serial killer Facebook page groups where this lady was looking for just regular people who are into true crime, and they were going to make a show and get them together, and they're going to travel to different places and do it. And I made it in the top 10. So I was so sad about it, right? And so that kind of made me think, I might just kind of start looking around and see what's out there, you know. And Oklahoma now actually has like tons of movies made out here, like Lifetime and Hallmark now. And so
it's such a beautiful state too.
have you been here?
Oh, yeah. Now, beautiful state doesn't mean it's the best place to live always, but yeah, it's beautiful out there. Nice and flat and pretty skies.
Yeah, the people are very nice here. I will say that more than most states, and still kind, still, you know, all that. But sorry, just my dog.
Oh, you're good.
Well, anyway, so they just have like casting bulletin pages, and there's one for it's a Lifetime one. It's Cheer for Your Life. That is my first one, and it got casted as a teacher, right, just supposed to be background, and it was a 5-day shoot for our parts. And when it's a 5-day shoot, they might only need you for like 2 seconds, but you have to be there from open until set is done. Like everyone has to be there, no matter what. It sucks. And it was like 40 miles away. So every morning I'd get up and I'd drive down there for free. And, you know, I got a lot of background roles. Like you'll see me a lot in it. And then like on one of the days, they just randomly gave me a script. Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. That's embarrassing. So, because I was a chemistry teacher, so like there's like 3 teachers that were constantly in the background of the stuff happening, that were constants in the constant people, and I was one of them. And they randomly one morning gave us lines. They just added lines, right? And you know, we weren't prepared for that, right? Like this was like my first time to be on set. I don't know any of the lingo. I don't know anything. I don't know what I'm doing, and they just have. It's just crazy. It's just so crazy. And so when it got to my scene first, let me tell you, it's going to suck because it was like 100 and it was a heat record that day. It was like 103, 104 out. I can't remember, but the heat index was really bad. And so we had to walk out to the other building. And by the time we got set up, I guess I really needed powder on. But there wasn't a makeup person, so they didn't put powder on. And then I guess they had given me the wrong, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this stuff. They gave me the wrong teacher's thing.
Right.
So I didn't have it memorized. So I didn't have anything. I didn't know what to say. And so they said ad-lib it. And I pretty much almost failed it. I don't know how to ad-lib a teacher in chemistry. So I did it. I think it was horrible. I think I probably talk too loud because I'm not used to having a mic in my back, and I probably eat all their eardrums, and they're probably all deaf now and hate me. And like I said, it was just a whole awful ordeal. I don't want anyone to see it. I just found out that I guess my cut made it in.
All right, congratulations.
No, it's going to be bad, and I just want people to know that. I want to let people know I actually truly have a good excuse why it's bad. It's going to be bad.
Well, let's not forget Johnny Depp. First movie he ever did, a bed eats him.
Is what?
A bed eats him in Nightmare on Elm Street. And then his next movie, he's speaking Vietnamese, and he can't speak Vietnamese. He's the translator, and he still can't watch most of his movies.
Yeah.
So, perfectly normal to hate to see yourself perform.
Yeah. So we will all know at the same time whenever that, I don't know when they're showing it, sometime this year, we will all know just how bad I am.
I'm sure it is fine.
And the rest have just been nothing, like just like I said, lots of Lifetime backgrounds, and they been putting me like in the. I think it looks like they usually like they put me like for instance at the bar, the main person is here's like the bar.
Gotcha.
And they have me sit right in front of them. So I think in most of them I should be seen. Maybe.
Nice.
But on all of them, you have to bring like 6 outfits, like, and
Right.
they don't tell you kind of what to bring until sometimes like at 11 p.m. when you got to be there at 6 a.m. And they never like any of my outfits except one. And in every one of the Lifetime or Hallmark films, I'm in the same outfit.
Oh, that works.
And now I have a stain on it. So I don't know what I'm going to do now. I can't find it.
Oh man, are you getting close to getting your SAG card?
No, I've heard like if you get it, you have to pay like $3,000 a year.
Yeah.
And there's just all this stuff to it. And I'm still like testing the waters. Like I don't even know if I want to do nothing.
And then you have to work for a certain wage. You can't just yeah. A lot of fun stuff there.
Yeah.
When you were in school, did you ever do any plays or anything like that?
Well, in school, it was not right because we didn't have any drama class, so I didn't have any of that. I did take and pay for acting classes on my own, and we did stuff. But other than that, I just would grow up with my cousins and we just make home movies and continually use papers and stuff like that. So,
Jenny McCarthy, long before she was famous, she did a lot of home movies with her cousins, and some of them have been shown, and they are like the Attack of the Pizza Monster and like a pizza box like killing her. Fun stuff, but Steven Spielberg and M. Night Shyamalan and Bruce Campbell, they all started out doing home movies.
Yeah. You didn't have your iPhones and stuff like kids do now, and you had time and imagination and did all that.
Yep. Yeah, that very, very true. Now, you said you're doing a lot of stuff with Lifetime type movies. You were just in a horror movie, correct?
I was, called Distortion, and I don't know when it comes out, sometime this year. That was actually really fun. And fake blood is so freaking cold. It is so cold.
Caro syrup and food coloring, right?
Well, I don't know, but it's cold. That's all I can say. That was really fun. So hopefully that will turn out well. And I'll get a demo reel. So
very exciting.
So like everything's going to come out and I'm going to see it all. Oh!
That is the poster that they have showing on IMDb.
Yeah. Yeah, that is.
It looks like it was a lot of fun. You on your YouTube channel, you get to play with the clacker.
Oh, I've always wanted to do that, and so I did it, and it was fun. And so nice. They let me do the clapper the whole time.
Oh, nice! So it wasn't just a one-time thing. You gotta do it regularly.
Yeah, yeah. But I think if I had to do that as a job, I think once like get after about 14, I'd start losing count as to what scene we were on. And I think on one, I can't remember. I said it's either scene 19 or 18. I can't remember.
Well, as long as you don't do it for someone like Stanley Kubrick,
Yeah.
120 takes of Scream. My God. No wonder Shelley Duvall went crazy later on. Now, when Ben Affleck and Matt Damon wrote Good Will Hunting, they were always fantasizing about who they would cast in the movie and big heroes of theirs. Who are some of your big favorite movie stars that you would just die to work with?
Okay, so I don't know if I would necessarily want to work with them because I would feel too inferior. Like I said, I'm so unsure because I don't know. I haven't seen my stuff. But I would love to meet like Matthew McConaughey.
Yes.
He's just a great guy all around and handsome and a good actor.
Just don't. Hopefully you're not a Sooners fan, or if you are, don't tell him.
I'll be a fan of whatever he is.
He's a hardcore Longhorns guy.
He is, yeah. No, no, I don't care. We did last night we did a commercial for the Cowboys. It's called Cheers. Football team, I guess. So I know on my YouTube page I had a riddle and that kind of answers a question. But if that can be figured out. But Matthew McConaughey, I'm really one of these people that I'm not like so into it that I know all the movies and like, oh, I've got to meet this person. I'm really not.
I really like the acting and the movies and the work, but celebrity culture, not so much. Like I love Steve Buscemi. These character actors, you see them over and over again, and they're always different, always fascinating. But like Kim Kardashian, I'm sure she's lovely, but I'm not interested. Now, you were talking about you're still, unsure about whether you want to pursue this as a career or anything along those lines. If I can ask, what do you do to pay your bills and at the moment?
So my husband. So I'm fortunate enough for that.
Okay.
So
excellent. That is always good to have to be part of a team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't mention him much because he wants to completely stay out of any to his job. All it is doesn't want to involve any of
Yes. It is really sad that these days with cancel culture being so rampant that just a simple statement can cause the wolves to come to the door. Everything seems so really divided out there that you can't really put your opinion out there on hardly anything because there's always someone angry about everything. Do you prefer horror movies, being a fan of true crime?
I actually do not like horror movies. I mean, I would say, I guess it depends on what you would consider horror movies. Like, Shining's probably, that's a scary thriller.
Right.
I think anything like that's different than that. I really don't watch horror films.
All right.
Like,
seems like they used to be so good, but I think Saw really oversaturated for a while. It became just
Yes.
as much blood as you can squeeze into a 2-hour film.
Yeah. Well, now it's all about, I guess, from what I was on when I was on set with that other one, it's all about nudity. Like, I guess there's
Yes.
this whole horror movie, just population of fans or something that are hardcore horror films. Like, that's all they watch. All the indie horror films, just straight out to whatever. Like, they are just cult fans of all of these. And I guess a lot of them just, naked and blood, and it sells. I guess it's almost gotten to that point.
Yes, it really got that way in the 80s, and then it kind of stepped away from it. But I can definitely see that it's coming back to that way.
Yeah.
Jenna Jameson has a second career doing horror movies.
Oh, really?
Zombie strippers or zombiever, and there's a whole genre like that. But
It's fun. I will say, like, I think it would be fun filming more like this director and everything. He was, very patient with me. He was so nice, and he doesn't want like nudity with violence mixed together,
right.
And so he's very good, but I would definitely work with him again for sure. Like, if I decided not to act again, I would do stuff with him. It was fun.
Excellent. And if I can ask, what's the director's name?
It is Rod Smith.
Very cool. Well, I will definitely have to look into other stuff that he's done. I'll absolutely keep an eye out on him.
Yeah.
Now, I really do love some bad movies that just aren't very good. And there are some wonderful films that I just don't like. But I can acknowledge that a movie is good or bad and still love it or hate it. But what's a guilty pleasure, like a terrible movie that you really like?
Okay, so I don't think it was a terrible movie at all. And the thing is, I can never, once I watch a movie once, I can't watch it again. I just can't. But I have seen, what's it called? I can't even think of the name. Of course, it's a recent one with Matthew McConaughey. It's like The Gentleman or something. What's that one?
Oh, yes. I know exactly the one you're talking about.
I've watched that about 100 times. And it's not just because of Matthew McConaughey. There's something about it. I absolutely love it. And my kids are always like, oh, you just watched that. I just love it. I don't know. I mean, then that's truly like the first movie that I've ever watched over and over and over.
I have a deep love for the movie Speed Racer.
Speed Racer?
Yeah, it's cartoony. It's dumb. It's a bad movie, exactly like the TV show, because the TV show's not exactly well done, but I love it, and I don't care how bad it is. I love it, and I still don't like The Godfather.
Well, if it makes you happy, who cares? Oh, I like what you're drinking.
Yes, I broke out the Diet Coke just for you. I'm a Diet Mountain Dew guy, but I do like Diet Coke when it's cold. It's what my mom drinks.
I like your mom.
I like her most of the time. Now,
good taste, literally.
yes. What is the best performance you've done?
So, okay. So hands down, the best performances I have done would be when I actually have gone to job interviews in the past, because I can get those, and Clover, come here. Come here. Let go. Sorry. I got them out like 5 bully sticks, right? Because they always try to occupy them. And now they're down to 1, and 1's hogging it. And I don't know where the other 4 went, and they're not cheap. So they're about to start acting up.
Now, is that a French Bulldog?
Then Boston Terrier.
Oh, okay. I've got Boston Terriers myself, actually. Well, I'm down to 1 Boston Terrier, and she was just in surgery today, getting a mask removed.
Oh, okay.
But she's not home yet. But mine are the black and white ones.
Yeah, that's my Dexter, who passed away before Thanksgiving. He was black and white, and he would get those. Are they like those little fatty tumor masses?
That's what we just got removed.
He had to. He grew several of those, just benign, nothing. They just growths. I guess that's common.
Right. Yeah, it's common with Bostons, and it causes them to release histamines. So lots of Benadryl at the moment.
Okay. I'm sorry. I got distracted.
Oh no, you're good.
Okay.
Dogs do that to us.
So I actually went to school for nursing, not RN, but LPN. And I did that because it was a quick career, having kids.
Right.
And when I was a single mom, to make decent money and raise them, right? But I did not go into it because I had a love and passion for nursing.
Right.
I absolutely hated it. And so that, and I have also really bad social anxiety, and like just a whole feeling of just being inferior. So like when I go to these interviews, it is a big performance because I am not at all how I describe myself at the job.
Right. Fake it till you make it, right?
Pretty much. And then like, for about a week, I might come to work looking nice, and then after that, look like crap. I don't care. So,
I got my nursing license in the Army, where everything's super sped up.
Yeah.
So you get like 2 years of schooling done in 26 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
But they're like 18-hour days. And then on the job training where you're just thrown in it, which is why it's doc, Jay, because in the Army, medics, they call
Yeah, you guys do a lot. Y'all pretty much are docs.
I can't do it in the civilian world because you can't do anything. You can't really give IVs, you can't. But in the Army, it's like you're the only medical professional they have for however many miles there is. So you're it. But
Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you. My mother was a hospice nurse.
Okay.
And that is the second most depressing job on the planet, behind pediatrics.
I couldn't do that.
I do like to give shots to babies, though.
Oh, you do?
I'm not a monster. I have a trick.
What's your
right? You pinch the baby on the leg, right? Like you pinch it, and the baby just will look at you like so annoyed, like, what are you doing? And then you give it the shot, and it's like, wait, that one felt different. And then you pinch the baby again, it's like, okay, you're just annoying. Take me away. Whereas if you try to just jab that baby, it's like, traumatizing, especially to the mothers.
I think sometimes the parents are more traumatized than the kid itself.
Yes. Mothers are definitely very difficult to deal with when in the medical field, which they should be. Mama bears, protective.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yes, they are. Yes, they are. Sorry. I do have major embarrassing mother stories I can tell you at some point if you would
Okay.
hear.
Excellent.
That's so pathetic. Like I don't even know if I wanted. Maybe another time. Oh my gosh! Hold on.
No problem.
No. No. Oh no.
Dogs are always fantastic. Well, but dogs are just like little kids. Oh, yeah, a couple Bostons there. I know we have. There we go. Oh, look at that baby Boston.
No, he's guilty. He's got dirt all over his mouth.
Oh, look at that innocent face, though.
You know you're not supposed to do that. Yeah, I knew I wasn't paying attention. There goes the smell.
I can remember being in high school and just kind of roughhousing with some friends. And all of a sudden we look up and my mother has gotten out of the car and is walking up to the front of the school because she thinks we're fighting. It's like, yeah, I was a freshman too. So being a freshman in high school is rough enough as it is. And your mother walking up, that just makes everything worse.
But it just means she loves you.
Right. What do you think is going to be your biggest obstacle with YouTube?
With what?
With YouTube.
Okay, so I think it's just hard to be consistent. Like when you do have a family and things go on, like let's say I had everything done and it always seems like something happens to make me not be able to do what I was going to do that day. It's hard.
It is.
Very hard. And just when, and then sometimes it's really hard when the dogs are here because I can't do anything with them. So if I go to like do a YouTube or a podcast on the weekends and evenings, then I'm taking away time from my husband because he's worked all day, and same with my kids. And so that has become an issue that I've had to stop doing that, where I have to stop working on it on the weekends and stuff because it'll hurt my marriage.
And the last thing you want is for it to be a hindrance as opposed to something you enjoy doing and something to bring you pleasure. Because if you want to ever make something no longer fun, start getting paid to do it, or have to cancel other things to get it done.
Yes.
Now, do you have a little like office set up, or do you just kitchen table it?
I go wherever I can go, and so I originally started in my bedroom, and I kind of did that for a while. And then, of course, the dog snores, and they really snore in the bedroom. But if I kick them out, like people don't understand, it's not like you can just go and do your podcast in 30 minutes and it's done,
Right.
Like if I were to kick out my dogs, I would never see them. It takes so long.
Yes.
I can't do that. And so, Clover, no, stay out of there. And
if anyone minds a dog snoring that much, well, they're just being overly picky.
Sometimes it gets really bad, especially my first ones, like just like my voice. I mean, how does anyone know how to work this stuff and they've never worked it before? Like, I don't know how they expect someone's like season 1, episode 1, 2. I don't know how anyone expects those to even be good.
Right.
But some people really get mad at you for it. It's like, sorry. I mean, I didn't. But no, I just record anywhere I can go. Sometimes it's the bedroom. Sometimes it's the office. Sometimes it's in the garage. Sometimes it's out on a patio. It just depends because it's all been during COVID. And
Right.
my husband was home, my kids were home, and they've just now started in the past couple months going back to school, being away. So like
Right.
it's been so hard to have any quiet time. So
And there will be trolls. I'm pretty lucky I've only had one regular troll, but I haven't seen him. He hasn't commented in a while, so I think he may have gotten banned.
good.
Which, I mean, I didn't mind. He would always tell me I'm bald or tell me I'm fat. And it's like, I have a mirror. Like, congrats. But then he started getting racial. And it's like, I'm doing a video about, I was talking about Mendelevium designing the periodic table of the elements. And he starts in with like, well, there's a certain religious group of people, and they are the cause of. It's like, dude, no, go back to calling me bald and fat.
Yeah.
So I think that may have gotten him banned, but
Yeah, I guess you have to grow thick skin because for some reason, just like randomly, one of my old episodes just blew up. Like the one on Marion Parker. It's one that I read someone else's article.
yeah,
And it's just weird because it went, and now it's back, down again. But like, there's so many mean people.
yes,
And it hurts your feelings. And it's like, holy moly, maybe I don't want to.
or just not read the. I mean, maybe not read the comments, or I always try to think of it like, and again, maybe just with the military, I'm gotten used to it. Friends, we shit talk each other, we poke each other, we call each other names, and we insult each other horribly. We're awful to each other, but we're like brothers. I don't know if you have a big brother or a little brother that likes to pick on you, but I try to think of it that way. Like, instead of thinking of it as that's someone trying to hurt my feelings, it's like, oh man, that's a funny insult. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's what I try, but I'm sure it's not always going to work for me.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I think some people just like to be mean.
Yes.
And it always gets me, it kind of makes me laugh because I know in particular that video, I specifically say that my dogs are going to be snoring in the background.
Right.
I guess they just skip the intro and stuff, but that's what cracked me up the most is how many people, I guess, just didn't hear that part or forgot about that part or thought it was a human snoring. I don't know.
I know the surprising thing that bothered me, I think, the most about YouTube, and I didn't think it would. I will go and I will put a lot of work and energy into a video, and I'll get like no views on it. And then I'll throw something together that like blows up. I had 11,000 views on it's the oral sex demon. There's this church in Africa.
Well, of course that's going to get. I'm interested in it now.
And I'm just laughing the whole time. And it was, 5 minutes of just me watching something and laughing at it. And blows up. But I'll go and I did a very well researched video on the history of army cadences. Don't know why that one didn't blow up. Yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah. Ones that you think are really good and better than all the others. And
hard work and quality doesn't necessarily mean it will have the views.
Right.
But as long as I can, as long as I still enjoy doing it, then that's all that matters.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all that should matter.
Especially since YouTube has demonetized me permanently.
How come? I'm not. I've got the hours from that one blowing up. I'm at 4,000. Have over 4,000 hours, but you have to have like 1,000 subscribers or something.
Right.
So I'm not at that point yet. But how have they? They probably won't even let me because of my topics. But
no, well, maybe not. What got me in trouble was the weirdest thing. I decided I like to do things slightly educational, slightly. So I was reading the Constitution. I read the preamble and I read the First Amendment. Then I read the Second Amendment and the Third Amendment. Right? I was breaking it down that way, and just reading word for word, and then kind of repeating that in modern terminology without taking any big takes. Like, I realize Second Amendment is controversial to people. I get that.
Yeah.
But it's in the Constitution.
Right.
I'm reading the Constitution
Of the United States of America.
And that was a violation of terms of service.
How?
Don't know.
So, okay, is it just that video that's not monetized, or is it your whole channel?
The entire channel. I've been removed from the partner program, which they demonetized most of my videos anyways for like the first. Then you have to appeal it, and then they bring it back. But after the video's been out and people have watched it, you don't get a lot of repeat viewing. So it wasn't a big moneymaker.
But it's just the fact, like, why there's no reason that they should.
Right.
When, they let other stuff on.
Yes. Cardi B's music video is making much money with advertising.
Oh, yeah.
But the Constitution of the United States is offensive.
Right.
Go figure.
That's really frustrating because I did not pay attention in history in high school. And now that I'm older, I am so fascinated with history, like just everything history. So like that's something I want to get into, but heck, I bet once I start talking about, early American history.
Right. I tell you a channel that's really interesting is the History Buff. He will take a historical movie like Braveheart or We Were Soldiers, and he breaks down what it got right, what it got wrong, and he really does not like Mel Gibson's historical movies.
No.
Yeah, because I did not realize how awful Braveheart was historically.
Let me put the note on my phone so I'll remember to go back to it later. What is it?
The History Buff.
And yes, I will actually forget that easy name.
He only puts out a video like every 3 months, but he's been doing it for a while, so.
Okay. I have to Clover, no.
So Clover and what's the other one's name?
Clover and Dixie. And
Dixie.
Mm-hmm. It's always happening. But it's like actually being good. People are gonna think I'm making it up. That they're nonstop because that's how just everything works. Just like how computers
right.
And you're not sick. You don't have the symptoms when you go to the doctor, but you do when you leave. It's just that.
Yes.
But
every time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I have this wet, productive cough. Except for right now, I swear. It's like, all right, take pictures and keep samples if you can. But yeah, a watch pot never boils, and once when other people are watching, your kids and your dogs are always the most well-behaved.
Yeah, it makes me so mad because it's like if I had this much quiet time during a podcast, I could get so much done. 'Cause
Right.
I know. I mean, like they're making a mess. I'll have to show you at the end just how you should see how much dirt, like how much cleaning I'm going to have to do. It is so
No.
much. He's obsessed with leaves and dirt. But
Oh.
and stop eating it. Stop. Yeah. Let's see. Were you asking me something and I like completely switched subjects at all?
Oh,
If I did, I'm sorry.
no, we were just talking about YouTube and the challenges that it brings. If you could hand pick a role, just what role for a movie or a TV show do you think would just be perfect for you?
Okay, so I think I would actually be really good at playing a very kind of depressed person who ends up going a little over the edge.
Okay.
I mean, that's just playing myself.
Like Michael Douglas in Falling Down.
Yes.
Oh, such a good movie.
I forgot about that movie. I actually just now that you said that, I watched that movie the other day for the second time because I saw it on, and I remember seeing that as a kid. I bet it is so much better now as an adult. But yes,
you can't help but cheer for the guy. You know he's wrong, but you can relate, especially when you're stuck in traffic.
Oh man, or just everything that's going on around everywhere.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, well, I want to say thank you so very much for doing this interview. It has been an absolute blast. I hope it wasn't too boring for you.
No, I feel like I was so boring because I did boring.
No, it's an interesting conversation about an interesting topic. And true crime is a really good community on YouTube. Unfortunately, like the paranormal community, not so great. Lots of drama and infighting. But a lot of the true crime, that chapter, if you check him out, Mike, from that chapter, Nexpo and all of them, they're all good, wholesome people that never cause each other issues. So true crime is definitely a good community to join in with.
And they want to solve. They want to help solve and bridge the gap on some of the old cases that.
Yes.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I'd love to talk to you again sometime.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But let me go ahead and spam this in the comment section. It is True Crime and Coke, which is a reference to the Diet Coke that you drink obsessively.
Yeah. Not that Coke.
Right. But this kind. Everyone, please go check out the channel, like and subscribe. I get a lot of enjoyment out of it. And if you like true crime, you will too. All right. Well, thank you very much. And I will talk with you guys later.